because like Mambo Italiano, that's a peak. It's all valley from here.
It's all
Brokeback
downhill.
Mountain was. Sorry, I'm leaping ahead. Is that it?
Yep.
So my first have not seen. Like the first one we shall go into detail about. It's a very famous movie that often gets reduced to its most basic component, which is it's the gay cowboy
It's the
movie.
gay cowboy
And
movie.
that would be Brokeback Mountain.
If you're looking for work, I suggest you get in here pronto.
Well, since we're gonna be working together, I reckon it's time we start drinking together.
Woo-wee! Yeah!
It's nobody's business but ours.
Man, kiss the bride.
And I had never seen Brokeback Mountain before because, like I said,
It's the gay cowboy movie.
own internal biases. But like I knew when it came time to watch like romantic movies, like this is an iconic romantic movie about two men who fall in love over the course of a summer. They wind up getting together, romantically speaking, and they over the course of the summer develop a bond and a relationship, and they have to go home to their lives. They both end up getting married to different women, and
They gotta go back to their lives and their wives.
every summer they go back to Brokeback Mountain where they hook up all day long.
They
And
fuck.
it's one of those movies where I mean, they do an okay job of it, but it takes place over like several decades, and the actors don't really get older because it was filmed over the course of a couple of weeks or months.
Not
and so
years.
They do the one attempt they do to attempt to make it stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger, and the one attempt they do to make Jake Gyllenhaal look older is they give him a kind of a creepy mustache. They do okay. They give Heath Ledger some great temples, and the performance. I do think it's funny that Heath Ledger. I mean, to be fair, it was posthumously, and it was after he died. But I do think it was funny that he won the Oscar for the crazy clown role and not the gay cowboy role, because the gay cowboy role is won all kinds of Oscars. I think he was not.
Yeah,
But he's
but the
really
clown-
good in this.
Yeah, but the clown killed him.
The clown did kill him. Well, some people say that's a myth. It didn't actually kill him, but depends on who you talk to, what you read. Some people say it was the clown. Some people, I think his family insists it wasn't the clown. But they're both good. I really do. If you've ever wanted to see if you've ever wanted to see Mysterio get it from the Joker, that happens in this. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a little
It
odd.
exists.
It happens. It's kind of graphic. It makes this hard to recommend. There is a bit later on there's a lot of interesting stuff involved.
It's only hard to recommend if the person that you're recommending it to is a homophobe.
I mean, any graphic sex scene makes a movie hard to recommend. I just more meant it in that regard. You felt with your own shit, man.
Not because it was two dudes sticking each other.
I mean, there is going to be a group of people who will automatically write off because it's two dudes sticking each other. That in a scene that goes on for a long time. Multiple scenes that go on for a long.
I mean,
time.
I'm just going to be upfront. I don't think it would be for me.
No, I can't imagine it would be. But to be fair, you're not into romantic movies generally.
Not really.
So,
They're kind of boring.
You would find this is one of those times where it's not going to be about the gay thing. It's going to be about.
It's more just about the romantic.
It's
thing.
boring.
Like
it's kind of a dry. It's a lot of like it's a mood movie. It's more about vibes than it is about dialogue or action. So there's a lot of like characters
like
looking off wistfully into the distance. Like I've decided. Do you know the? Do you know the?
I will say, in that way, I feel like I'm a pretty regular guy. Like the only romantic movie I can kind of do is a romantic comedy.
Like it's a really powerful one, and their relationship is tragic and sad, and like
I'm sure it is.
The big thing with this is it takes place in the 1960s. So the one guy, he's terrified of coming out, and the other guy is not doing a great job of hiding it. And they're okay. The movie and the people who made the movie.
That sounds very familiar. It sounds like the other one you watched.
Yeah, kind of. They do bear a lot of similarities, except for this one doesn't have a happy ending. Like, yeah, very much. I was like, dude, just go live with him, man. Like, even if it's in the closet, you still get to live with him. But it's sort of implied that like the Jake Gyllenhaal character was like sleeping around with guys all over the place. Like, there's a point at the end where he says that he's sleeping with the wife, but it's really clear that he's actually sleeping with the husband. And like and the ending is kind of ambiguous. Big spoiler alert, they go through many decades of only seeing each other a couple of times a year. They go hunting, they hook up, whatever. They go fishing. Like there's a bit towards the end where Heath Ledger is on the outs with his wife. His wife eventually leaves him and marries the manager of her job. And there's a point where he's been invited to dinner with them. And she's like, oh, yeah, you know, you go fishing with this guy every year. And, like, I thought it would be cute if I tied a little note to it and been like, catch us a big fish or whatever. And you came home and you said you caught, like, 5 of these fish. And I went to go check the fishing rod, and the note was still on the end of the rod, and the rod was dry as shit, basically. Like, you didn't use the rod. And that's her basically like, I know you're gay. And it gets to the end, and he's contacting Jake Gyllenhaal, because the final time they see each other, he's like, yeah, I can't keep, like, you're in a, because Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he's married, and their relationship is very mechanical. They're together, and they're reasonably happy. They have a son, but they're not really emotionally intimate. And so he's like, I can't, you're a successful rich guy selling shit and whatever, and I'm not, I'm poor. Coming to see you is costing me money. I won't be able to see you till November. And then Jake Gyllenhaal gets very mad at that. And then the next scene is Jake Gyllenhaal is dead. He's died.
Ooh, that escalated quickly.
And Heath Ledger phones the wife, and the wife is very kind of indifferent seeming to the death of her husband. Like, she doesn't really seem sad. And the conversation between her and Heath Ledger's character is kind of like, oh, you're the guy, basically. Because, like, he was told, she told whatever, that he wanted to be, his ashes or whatever, to be spread, or he wanted to be buried up on Brokeback Mountain. And he said that Ennis is very important to him. And he's like, oh, you're Ennis, you're the guy. And it's implied but not stated, that she knew, and she's like, oh, he died by a freak accident on the highway. A tire exploded and crushed him in the face. And it's implied, at least how it's really funny, because as I get older, I really develop an appreciation for ambiguity. And it's ambiguous. It's implied that he got beat to death, basically, for being gay. Because the whole movie...
In that day and age, that's very believable.
Because the whole movie, that's why Heath Ledger won't come out, is because he's like, when he was a kid, his dad took him to see a dead body of a gay guy who had been beaten to death. And so that let me... I guess we'll skip the men having sex with men versus gay discussion. But the Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal and the directors and everyone who made this movie insisted that they were not gay. That these characters are not gay. That it's a movie about 2 straight men who fall in love. And, like, that's gay. Like, that's...
Respectfully, I disagree with that assessment. That's gay.
Right.
They're gay.
Right. Not to say that that's wrong, bad.
Not in a negative way. I'm just saying they are gay.
But,
they
like,
are
even
2
if you
gay
want to,
men.
like, even if you, like, okay, I guess maybe we'll do a brief drive-by of it. But the short version is, to some guys, the being gay is an emotional attachment thing. It's about the romanticism of it, the domesticity of it, the culture of it. the actual act of physically having sex with men, there's a lot of guys who don't see that as being gay. Which, okay. If you're going to come at me with that, right? I'm sure, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe someone in the comments will come at me with that. My response to that would be, they are very emotionally involved with each other. They're in love with each other. The minute it becomes love, you're gay. It's gay. Like, I would argue this movie is about...
If you prefer, they're homosexual.
No, but
that's...
The point, though, is different. There's guys who have sex with guys. They're
no,
homosexual, and they're not necessarily gay. That's the distinction they make. And they say what makes them... Hold on, let me finish it. The distinction is what makes them gay is the embracing of the culture of being gay, which I am with you. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I am not myself gay, so I will not
That's
argue that point.
That's where I was going to say... all I was going to say is, as an outsider looking in, because that's all I am.
Right.
I can't make any empirical statements, but as an outsider looking in, I don't see a distinction.
But like, even if you are to make...
I don't see a difference. I don't see one. I don't recognize one.
But even if you are to... look, if you tell me there's a distinction, then I will... Even if I don't see it, okay, there's now a distinction, right? You are the guys making... If
they're gay, if it's a gay person that's coming and telling me that,
is making that and they did, and they did. If they have made this distinction, that's fine. Make the distinction. I will coalesce to your distinction, but
are they real?
Huh?
Are they real?
What? Men who have sex with men?
The people in Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Because you said they.
No, I
you
mean,
said they
made the gay community. The gay community have said as much. That well, at least back in the day, I don't know if this is still a thing. To be fair, this was the men having sex with men thing was largely created to study AIDS and HIV. So like, I don't know if this is still a thing. I don't know if the gay community still bifurcates this identity. I don't know if they're all like, nah, dog, it's just all gay now. I don't know. But so far as I know, it was recognized as a thing by sociologists. So they're experts. They know what they're talking about. I'm going to treat this as though it's a thing. If we follow that distinction that you're trying to make, they're gay. Like, they're not straight. If the distinction is that a gay man is a man who...
Or at least they're bi.
Huh?
I said, or at least they're bi,
well,
at the very least.
If the distinction of what makes you gay is an emotional, romantic involvement, that's what these characters have. They're romantically involved. They're in love with each other. So they are gay. My interpretation of the material is that one of them is bisexual because he has no problem embracing his married life. Jake Gyllenhaal is bisexual, in my opinion, because he has no problems being straight, being part of a straight life. Whereas I think Heath Ledger is a closeted gay man who is having trouble reconciling his emotions and connection to his gay identity. I think he's having trouble accepting it, but he cannot be straight because as the movie goes on, he falls out of love with his wife, right? And so I think that he is I don't think he's bisexual. I don't think he's straight because there's a scene earlier on in the movie where he has sex with his wife, and it's the same way he has sex with Jake Gyllenhaal. So I think to him, I think he is. But I could see I'm not gay, so I could see if you're gay and you want to make the
I will, yeah.
But they're not straight. I don't think they're straight.
I will never be in a position to say one way or the other because I don't live in that world.
It just feels like Jake Gyllenhaal says they're straight. Certainly, I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal is. But no, I should say Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Jack.
I was gonna say
whatever his name is. I don't think his character is straight. Like, I don't know how you could say that. And the only reason why you would say that is to distance yourself from what you had to do in that movie. Because a big thing with this movie is they obviously had trouble casting it. Like, there's a long list of people who were supposed to be in this movie who I won't bore you with. But it's quite a substantially long list. And a lot of them said no because they were uncomfortable with the subject matter. And, like, apart from the one scene, which I don't know is strictly speaking necessary, but I'm in the camp of I don't know that any sex scene is necessary.
Depends on the movie.
No, I'm a flat full stop. I don't think sex scenes add anything, other than
It's where we're going to agree to disagree because I think it depends on the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm never.
And I also think it depends on how it's shot.
Yeah, I don't know. But I generally speaking, like you could cut out that sex scene, and it could just be they kiss, and then it achieves. I'll describe to you the sex scene off air in not graphic detail, but I'll tell you roughly what happens. That makes it kind of. That makes me go. They could have kissed a bunch. It could have gotten to the point of it, and then cut away. Like but I feel largely the same way about sexual assault scenes. I don't think any movie should ever have a rape scene in it ever.
I agree with that.
But sex scenes, it's like it's hard for me to 100% be like cut them.
Like for example,
but that's because I'm gross. So
like for example, I think for me it depends on how long it goes on because like for example, the scene in Titanic where Jack and
oh, see,
Rose are in the
okay, fair. I'll let you finish, but
when Jack
going
and
forward.
Rose are in the back of the thing, and like it ends with him putting the hand on the thing. It's like you know what they're doing, right?
I
Like
think that's
it's
her hand, but I get
whatever,
your point.
whoever's hand.
You know,
Um,
I don't consider that a sex scene. I
that's a
understand why
sex
you
scene,
would. I understand why you would. For me, a sex scene, that's a love scene. To me, a sex scene is where you see them actually like.
That's where I say, for me, it depends. And that's why I
I
quantified
wouldn't
in the
call that
beginning
a
of
sex
this.
scene.
I say it depends on how it's shot, it depends on how long it goes on, and it depends on how graphic it is. It
Yeah.
doesn't need to, it's not a porn, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Like
big
when a
thing.
sex
It's
scene is
not a
like borderline
porn.
pornographic, I'm like, this isn't adding anything.
Or like another example of like the movie had technically had a lot of sex scenes. It's Friends with Benefits needs to have sex scenes. That movie has to. It's about sex,
Yeah.
but it's not graphic.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think it's graphic.
I don't know.
I don't think
I tend to err on the you could not do it and it wouldn't it
and
wouldn't
I
add
don't.
anything.
I
It wouldn't take
I
anything
agree
away.
in some situations. I think there are some movies where you can cut it, but no, there are
Certainly
times when
this
I think
one
it's needed.
I yeah, it's a really beautiful
I
movie and
think
it's a
I
really
think there's
beautiful
a
love story.
discussion that can be had, but it's a movie by movie
It's a
basis.
fucking bummer. It's a fucking bummer of a movie. It has oh that was the other bit I wanted to say. Do you know the song?
No,
Oh my
I
god.
don't know anything about the movie other than it's two
Oh,
gay cowboys.
you do. We had it in our oh you would know it if you heard it, but we had it in one of our saved videos on YouTube. It was a Kingdom Hearts video where it was Brokeback Hearts.
Okay.
You don't remember that video?
Oh, I mean, there was a lot of them. It's hard to remember all
Oh,
of them exactly.
anyway, I maintain that the music from Brokeback Mountain. It's called Wings, and I maintain you could put that over anything, and it would sound wistful and introspective. You know, like right now, I can put it over this right now, which I probably am in the actual YouTube video. And if you just leave a little space in between it, and you say that I never found love again after that summer. And once I show you the music, you're gonna be like, yeah, no, totally. It's that kind of music where it just sounds. Just try it, Jordan, try it.
Try talking about how all they had was that one last summer.
That summer together.
That summer together up on that mountain. Brokeback Mountain.
That's all they had.
They had one summer.
They tried to recreate their lives as they could.
Every summer.
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, I guarantee you've heard it. Like once I show it to you, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this.
Probably. Like, I have loose memories of the trailers, but, you know.
Yeah, no, makes anything sound wistful. But yeah, I like this movie. It's a little slow. It is a little slow, especially in the middle. But yeah, the performances are great. We really lost something when we lost Heath Ledger. Like it just when I watched this, I was like, man, I would have loved to see old man Heath Ledger just do like a movie kind of like this, like an action movie or something. I don't know. But he missed a second renaissance of a career, and it makes me sad. Not my favorite movie involving a gay couple this week. That was still Mambo Italiano.
Mambo number 5.
I went into this though expecting to not like it. I will say that. It's definitely one of those experiences where I went into this being like, I don't think I'm going to like this. And I liked it more than I thought I would. So, there's that.
Well, that's good. It's good when things exceed your expectations.
I also didn't have to download it, and that automatically makes it. John, that's it. That's the end. That's Brokeback Mountain.
Hey there, everybody. It's Endcard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, do you feel that Brokeback Mountain gets unfairly reduced to just being the gay cowboy movie? Or what are your thoughts generally about Brokeback Mountain? Have you seen Brokeback Mountain? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this is from, you can click the box on the left. That's our Valentine's Day special, our movies that you can watch with your partner on Valentine's Day. Or if you wanted to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.